Hey team, Daniel here. Let me tell you a story about how we were broke, going out of business, and how we turned it around. Check it out. January 2012. My lovely wife looks at me after running Grunt Style for 3 years and she says, it's time to shut this thing down. Well, the reason why she said that is because although we were probably bringing in, $10,000 to $15,000 a month in sales revenue, it was costing me $16,000 to $21,000 to do it. It was drawing no income because I thought if I don't take a salary, I can just grow the business faster. And that wasn't working. And we had no money left in the bank, very little inventory. We weren't making it. And I said, okay, that's fine, but we have our first trade show coming up in Las Vegas. If we can make this one work, we should stay in business. If we can't, we can shut it down. So she agreed and she turned to me and she says, okay, great, what does success look like? And I said, $6,000. If we could do $6,000 at our first trade show in Vegas, we should stay open. And she agreed to me. And then I told her, good, you're coming with me. And we just worked the entire show. And by the time we were done, I start tallying up all the receipts. And if you remember, I needed $6,000 to make this successful. That was the sign from God from the heavens that you should be in business, right? The receipts, after I tallied it up, was $6,200. Just enough to be really depressed about staying in business. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, oh my gosh, why is this so hard? I put everything I had into the show. We went all in and we barely inched out, barely got out of it. I'm like, I don't know if I can do this for the next few years. This is next to impossible. So I decided to try to think my way through it. And I remember a time from the Army where if you wanted to get better at push-ups, you didn't talk to the guy who was barely passing, you talked to the guy who was doing 100 plus push-ups on his fitness test. So I pull out my yellow legal pad, I draw a line down the center of the page, and on the left side, I wrote down the name of everyone who was in business who was better than me. And most of these people, I had no idea who they were in person, but I would recognize they were better than me. And then I wrote down what they did. It was a long list, by the way. There's a lot of people better than me. Then there's the other side. I wrote down what they were doing that I wasn't. And I wanted to contrast that difference to show them that these successful people are doing this different than me. And that was really the learned lesson I got. So some of the things that I saw is these people are posting on Facebook, 2 or 3 times a day. I was posting 2 or 3 times a week. Well, that doesn't cost me any money. Okay, great. I didn't understand at the time what engagement meant, but they did. And as long as I could follow those actions, I can start to learn those things. This other company was pushing out 2 or 3 new products a week. I couldn't afford that, but I could probably do 2 or 3 a month. So no problem. I started following those leaders, and by me replicating their successes or trying to would help make me more successful. It's like trying to follow the faster guy in track. All right. If you try to keep up with the fastest guy, you might not pass him up, at least not now, but you're certainly going to challenge yourself to be better and better. And you're watching him, what he's doing, so you can improve. And that was my learned lesson that day during that whole trip, was follow the leader. And after that moment, our company started doubling in size month after month after month. For the next 11 months, we doubled every single month in revenue. It was such a big turning point for us. And that's how we went from broke to almost going out of business to learn lessons where we could start growing. Hope you learned something, guys. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Please tag or share this message with somebody who needs to hear it. Also, smash that like and subscribe button, and definitely leave a comment below. I want to hear your questions, your comments, or what you have to say, guys. I love reading those. Thank you.